So once again, Netflix is in the spotlight, and as always, it's not actually in a good spotlight. About over a week ago, as we all know, Record of Ragnarok came out, and we got to see just the tragedy of that anime adaptation. It was literally a PowerPoint presentation. I even made a video on it, and as you all know, if you follow me on social media, they slapped me with a big old copyright claim because of my opinion on it. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about apparently Netflix trying to pay animators at Studio MAPPA bottom rates. For instance, the bottom of the barrel that they can pay them and try to get away with. I don't even know where to begin with this one. Like, it is such... It's so disgusting because it's like, we already know at this point, if anyone has been keeping up with the anime industry and how studios work, etc., we all know how much animators get overworked. This isn't just a Studio MAPPA thing, this goes for pretty much the entirety of the anime industry. Every individual studio is pretty much at fault. There is some exceptions to this rule, but mostly every single studio is at fault for overworking their employees to the point where they either pass out, they die, or they just leave the industry altogether because it's awful conditions. And we found out recently in May that there was an actual freelance animator of Studio MAPPA that straight up just bailed out of the company and was like, it's sweatshop-like conditions. I mean, I'll even show the article right here, right in your face. Basically, they were having sweatshop-like conditions, working on 4 different anime at once, and so an animator just like quit. And, he was done with it. And that, Studio MAPPA is just continuously trying to pump out things, keep production at an all-time high, grabbing every anime they can to get that money, but they don't care about their employees. They're looking at their employees like a machine. This is something that's been very unnerving in recent months, and I've continuously talked about, because eventually something's gonna break. Something is definitely going to break. You can't continuously pump out high-quality content like Jujutsu Kaisen and Attack on Titan's anime and what we saw from the Chainsaw Man trailer. Something eventually is going to give, and it's gonna give real hard when it does. It reminds me of Studio Madhouse. If anyone has been around for that long and know about the record of Studio Madhouse and what happened with them, you'll know how sad it is. They had the Hunter x Hunter 2011 anime, and they went on to make some gorgeous projects afterwards that was just outright stunning, like Death Parade. And eventually, they started taking on so many projects, in fact, very similar to what Studio MAPPA is doing, and Madhouse collapsed in on itself. Employees left, and it was a shell of its former self. And that is what MAPPA currently reminds me of. And so, when you see this article now, what this video is about apparently Netflix offering bottom rates to animators for an anime that they want them to make, for Studio MAPPA to make for them, it's disgusting, because it's like, they already are not getting paid enough. Like, I'm gonna read this right here for you. So freelancer animator Zaid commented, the usual 4,500 yen per cut is already bad enough. What is Netflix thinking allowing them to pay less than the average? Now, the current amount that Netflix is trying to make them pay is this right here, trying to make them pay $3,800, which is in total $34 per cut. Now, I'm going to read the actual statement by the animator that came out and talked about this earlier today. Apparently, a producer working on a Netflix anime made at MAPPA suggested to pay 3,800 yen, $34 per cut. The budget for TV series is between 3,800 to 7,000 yen, so if you accept that offer, the unit price for animators would go down. Heads up, if you're asked, I think it's best to negotiate for 15,000 yen, which is US dollars of 344 or more. So here's the thing. Basically, what is being stated here, we know MAPPA is obviously accepting that budget price. This is why the beginning of this video is very relevant. MAPPA is grabbing as many projects as they can to just get production going, to get as much money going, and turning literally their studio into a sweatshop. That's literally what they're doing. And so it's very clear that MAPPA would just go at the budget of 3,800 yen. They would definitely dive right into that and say, sure, let's do it. Let's work on the anime. And it's very clear that maybe what this animator is talking about, he's probably talking about the Yasuke. I believe that is the anime that Studio MAPPA is currently working on for Netflix, and if that is indeed the case, then it's probably going to be very low budget. It's probably either going to be just an animator hell, to where it's going to look good, but the poor animators, or it's going to turn out like Record of Ragnarok. Whatever the case may be, the point I'm trying to make is that Netflix is offering this budget, this pay, and all that, and MAPPA's not going to negotiate, because they're just grabbing as many projects as they can. So it's outright horrid, it's sad, and oh my goodness, this is what really worries me. I have a good feeling that, once again, Chainsaw Man's anime, when it comes out, it's going to be great. I have a good feeling. But I feel like eventually that studio is not going to be able to keep up with the demand of what Chainsaw Man requires or other anime. And if there is a season 2, etc., it's going to collapse. And it's going to look bad. It's going to be really bad. And we might even have an Overlord season 2, season 3 situation. And if that is indeed the case, it's going to be sad. It's going to be a sad day. But I wanted to cover this news because it's incredibly important, and people need to be aware of what is going on and how there's animators literally going out of their way and talking about this. They're literally stating this, like, they're getting paid such low rates, and they're still somehow giving quality like what Jujutsu Kaisen was, etc. So it's sad. It's so sad, and it's just like, I really hope, I wish more companies in Japan, at least the anime industry, really, since there's constant stories about it, would actually learn to really cherish their employees instead of running them ragged and running them to the ground to where they just no longer can keep moving again. They need to care about their employees, because there's always so much that they can cycle through, so many animators that they eventually can go through until nobody wants to be an animator anymore. So just like, yeah, I really hope that there is some change in the future, and I'm so happy to see more animators just talking about the issue and just stepping up to really say that this is nonsense and that, you know, there needs to be a little bit more respect to the employees, etc., and companies need to care about them more. So before I wrap up this video, there's a few things I do want to clarify. If you are interested in any of the articles that I showcased in this video, I will link them in the description so you can check them out for yourself, do a full read, etc. But I just wanted to say, though, is that if you're also interested in this subject, it's just a Google search away. Literally just type in Japan animators, you know, overworked, etc., and you will find so many countless articles on this subject of just animators literally passing out at their desk, or animators literally dying from overwork, etc. It's just horrible, and it's just like, once again, I want to reinstate the point that I'm just so happy more animators are opening up about this issue, because maybe some change might actually happen in the future, because, once again, so many countless series, so many animators, etc., everything gets ruined. The passion for animation gets ruined in Japan because of the different conditions that's going on in these different companies. But I'll leave it at that, though. Love you guys so much. Be safe. Stay healthy. Chibi out.